Who really knows what's coming next? I mean, I don't, and maybe you do. And if you do, maybe you should hit me up in a DM or a comment and let me know, because most of the time we don't know what's coming next.
Grab a cup of joe, buckle up, and let's embark on a journey of self-discovery, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Let's get rolling.
Welcome back to the Rhythm of the Road podcast, and welcome to the triple digits. We made it. We arrived. I arrived. I did this thing. We did this thing together. Welcome. And we hit 100. We hit 100. I have no idea how it happened other than weekly showing up and just doing it. So you're not here to listen to me just celebrate the whole time. You actually want to get something out of this. So that's why we're here today. And I want to talk a little bit about what's next, right? And not just what's next for season 3 of the Rhythm of the Road podcast, but just this idea of what's next. And so often, and I've been encountering this multiple areas in my life in the last month or so, is this whole question around what's next. Like, what's the next thing you're going to do? What's the next big idea? What's the next meal you're going to eat? Who's the next person you're going to meet? Who's the next client you're going to have? What's the next thing you're going to do? Or maybe you just don't even know and you're sitting there going, I don't even know what's next. Well, let's dive into that a little bit, because I've had pretty much all of those experiences like in the last month or month and a half, and they've been met with varying degrees of insight, success, failure, wondering, all of the things. And oftentimes when I'm asking what's next, what I'm really saying is maybe I need to listen a little bit more and see what's going on around me to see if something's guiding me towards what's next. Because often I'm planning so far ahead. I like to plan my business and my life and things that are happening 6, 9, 12 months out. And of course, we work that backwards, right? And it's constantly, maybe adjusting or shifting slightly, but for the most part, I'm planning ahead that far. So oftentimes when I'm saying what's next, it's like, what's next in 6 months? But sometimes we're just wondering what's next for right now. Maybe you're in a career and you're going to have a transition coming up and you're just asking what's next. And so often when I've had transition moments in my life, when it's been specifically around a career or a job or a business or something of that nature, oftentimes the what's next is really hard to see and figure out. And sometimes I've had to stop and say, I just need to finish this thing because what's next isn't very clear. And sometimes that what's next is literally waiting for you a quarter step past where you're at right now, but you can't even see that quarter step because the light isn't bright enough, or you don't have enough space, or you haven't created enough capacity in your life and what's going on for you to even see it. But trust me, once you close that door, or once you stop that thing, or once you sunset whatever that piece of your life or your business that you're working on is, you're going to have that capacity. You're going to have that space, which is going to open you up to an opportunity likely that maybe you didn't even think about. So think about that. We get so hung up in the, how do I get this done? I'm so worried. And yes, all of those things are true. And yes, you're going to grieve something that might be leaving at the moment, and you're always sitting there questioning what's the next thing. And you want to have it figured out because as humans, we're wired that way. Often we want to know what the next thing is so that we feel comfortable and confident. Well, part of that is you have to create capacity to even take that in or receive it or have it come into your space. However you believe, you have to have faith. I'm a believer. So you have to have faith that that thing is waiting right on the other side, but you're not going to be shown it until you get there. And so you just need to take that one extra step so that you're stepping literally, if you use my previous math, 3/4 of a step into the new thing. And you didn't even know what it was prior to taking that step. So think about that. It's almost like you're jumping headfirst into the new thing, but you had no idea what was coming at you to begin with. So trust yourself enough to know that whatever's coming next is as good or better of whatever you're transitioning out of. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing or a graduation or a career jump or a step or a pivot, all of those things could be true, and one of them could be true. It doesn't matter. It's still giving you that opportunity to be like, I need to take this jump and go to see what's next, right? And knowing that you don't have to leave everything behind, you're taking pieces of all of that stuff with you because it's what allowed you to get to the point to make that transition and get through and see what's next on the other side of that door. Sometimes what's next is literally, what do I need to do next today? Some of us get stuck in the to-do lists. We get stuck in I have so many things going on that you just get paralyzed, and you get not even a paralysis by analysis. You're just getting paralysis by my to-do list is too long. So sometimes you just need to know what's next. So that what's next might just be go to the next thing on the line. Don't complicate it. Sometimes I like to take the bigger tasks and do those right away, right? There's a famous book out there called Eat the Frog, right? And the whole idea behind that is eat the biggest, most uncomfortable thing you can in the day, because who else eats frogs? And let's say an uncooked frog, because some of you might say that cooked frog might be a delicatessen. So if you are, there you go. There's your out. It's an uncooked one, right straight from the ground, right? Take it, eat it, go for it, get it over with, and then do those easy piddly things afterwards, because you're going to be able to move right through them because they're probably easier. They're probably something that you like to do. And likely, once you've gotten that heavy piece off your brain, you again created capacity to be able to check those things off the list even faster than you would have had you started with those. Because so often what we want to do is, because we want all those little dopamine hits, we're going to go check off all those fast, easy, oh, I love doing this. This is my favorite part of my job. I can't wait to do this every morning when I wake up. We want to check all those things off, and we forget that we're leaving those kind of big frog moments for the end. And then we just sit there and we either get paralyzed or we stop or we get frustrated or we just skip it and leave it to the next day. And that just adds to that next day. Sometimes I'll take that big thing and just eat it right away, get it over with. Whether it's that hard conversation, whether it's that tough task, whether it's you might just have to dive deep and get through this for a few hours so that you can get onto the other side. But trust me, once you get to that other side, you're going to be loving it. You're going to be like, wow, thank God that guy back on that podcast, on the Rhythm of the Road, on that YouTube channel said, hey, just eat the frog, get it over with, do the thing. So I don't know where you're at today, whether you're just looking at the next thing on your to-do list, or whether you're looking at your next career change, or you're transitioning out of something, or you're completely pivoting. What's next looks different for us all. And it doesn't have to be scary, although oftentimes it comes at a moment of uncomfortableness, and where that uncomfortableness comes in is where that growth is going to happen. So I challenge you to go out there as I am, and to create the next 100 episodes, so we get to episode 200, dive in deep, because that's what season 3 is going to be all about here at the Rhythm of the Road podcast, diving just a little bit deeper. Now, that whether that's the episodes where I'm going to come on here and have an opportunity to dive a little bit deeper with you, with myself, also taking you a dive deeper with the guests that I have bringing on. I've already got 3 guests ready to rock and roll in the first 10 episodes of these 100 triple-digit episodes. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm already thinking ahead, and you talking about what's next, I'm making sure that they're ready and rocking and ready to go. So take that dive, take that next step. If you heard this today and it resonated with you, I'm likely thinking, no, I know it will resonate with somebody else that you know. Do me a favor, share it with them, and do them a favor. Make sure that they watch it, because they likely need to hear this message today as well. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me and getting me all the way to episode 100. I'll see you at episode 200, and I can't wait to see you down the road.
Thanks for cruising with me on this episode of Rhythm of the Road. Remember, the journey itself is the destination. Until next time, keep the rhythm flowing, and we'll see you down the road.